Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? There's nothing too good for a girl that's so true. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? I bought you a fur coat for Christmas, a diamond ring.
Greetings, music peeps. It's nice to have you with us. Welcome to Music Elements, or Elements of Music. This is MUS 100, and the section is FA801, I do believe. I am Dr. Tim Hendrickson, and I will be your host for the next 14 weeks or so. I think we're going to have a lot of fun together. I'm very pleased that you have decided to join us, and even if it's only virtually. So let's talk a little bit. Music is a fascinating subject, and we're going to be exploring it, but probably not in the way or from the perspective that you're accustomed to. So maybe we're going to be doing this a little bit differently than what you're used to as far as how we look at music. Music is a language, and so like every other language, it has rules like grammar and punctuation, sort of. It has a number of symbols, and there are certain terms that you're going to become familiar with as we go along. In a way, this course is kind of like an elementary music theory course. Now, if you plan to go on to study music at the 4-year collegiate level, you're going to be taking probably a lot more music theory courses, and in fact, those music courses are probably going to be a lot more intense and a lot more involved than this one. But nevertheless, for all intents and purposes, that's what this is. Let's talk about what's going to be in this course. Once again, I'm Dr. Hendrickson. You may call me Dr. H. Everybody does. In this course, we're going to be looking at how music works, in a way kind of like the mechanics of music. We're going to do this by learning about the various components of music, such as pitch, and note names, and rhythms, and scales, and accidentals, and intervals. Now, if none of these things means anything to you, don't worry. Believe me, by the end of the semester, they will. So what should you do first? Okay, first thing you're going to need to do is to purchase that online textbook access code. I can't stress this enough. You've got to have that access code. You can do this either by going to the Delta College bookstore and purchasing it directly there, or you can go to the Connect for Education site. Those are the publishers of the online textbook, and you can get it directly through them. And a link to the publisher was sent to you in the previous email that I sent out, so look for it there. There's links directly in that email that you can click on and get right to our online textbook access code to purchase. You can also, there's also student resources there, like the help desk and things like that, that you have links to. So don't lose that email. Click on those links. So once you have purchased that online textbook access code, you got to register it, okay? Just like you registered for the course here at Delta for this online course, you have to register your online textbook access code. You can't access any of the materials until you do this. So like all the assignments, all the readings, the quizzes, the exams, all of that is on the online textbook. So you got to get that access code, and you won't be able to access any of it even if you purchase the access code until you register the access code. So sorry you have to jump through all these hoops, but you got to do that. You can't pass the class without that textbook. So get the textbook. Okay. Once you've gotten that, and you don't even have to wait till you get the textbook. You can log on to e-learning right now. You may have already done so with some of the other courses that you're taking. So I encourage you, go ahead, log on to our e-learning site, and you can take a look at how our site is put together. So take some time and browse through it, take a look at it, see what's up. You'll notice that on our home page there is a calendar which tells you when things are due. We'll talk more about that a little later. You'll see that there's a series of tabs across the top. This is for any online e-learning course you're taking, such as content and course home, grades, activities, communications. There are others, but these are the ones that you and I are going to be using mostly. So take a look at those. And let's take a look at that Contents tab. Here you're going to find what we're going to be doing in this course, divided up into sections. And there are 7 sections. There's the keyboard, the staff, there's rhythm, major scales, meter, intervals, minor scales. And at the very bottom, you're going to see composition project. Yep, you're going to be writing a song. We'll talk more about that in a little bit too. Okay, so let's talk about the syllabus for a minute. I'm not going to sit here and read the syllabus to you. I'm assuming all of you can read. But let's take a look at it because it contains some very important information. So I encourage you, read the syllabus. It is all online. Take a look at it, see what's there. There's some useful stuff in there, so please take a look at it. Such as how to contact me, and my office hours, and grading, and attendance, and the assignment schedule. So let's take a look at contacting me. How do you contact me? Well, the best way is to contact me through email. When you send me an email, I do my very best to respond to you within 24 to 48 hours. That's a promise. The only exception to that is weekends. I do not respond to email on the weekends. So if you send me an email on a Friday, and you send it after 5 p.m., you're not going to hear back from me until the following Monday or Tuesday. So if you've got a question, try to get that to me earlier in the day, or if at all possible, before Friday. And even at the very latest, you're not only going to have to wait until the following Monday or Tuesday, okay? So send me an email. If you got questions, don't hesitate. Let's see, calling my office is another way you can contact me, but that's going to take a little bit longer for me to respond, only because we're still in the pandemic, so we're not meeting face to face all the time in all my classes. Most of my lecture classes, in fact, are online, so I'm not in my office like I was pre-COVID. I still am, but not to the extent that I was. I'm only in the office probably 3 days a week now, so the best way to contact me is through email, but if you do call me, I will respond. It's just it's going to take a day or two longer, so just be aware if you call, that's what's going to happen. Best way, shoot me an email. You should contact me whenever you have a question, okay? There's no matter how big, how small the question is, there is no such thing as a stupid question, okay? Any question you have, I will answer to the best of my abilities. But you got to ask the question. I can't read your mind. When do you ask the question? As soon as you have it. Don't wait until the last possible moment. Don't wait until the day an assignment is due to email me and say, I don't understand, because by then it's too late. I can't take all the time it's necessary to explain things to you at that point. So please do me a favor, do yourself a favor, ask the question early. Get through it early. This is, don't be afraid to ask a question. Asking questions is how we find out things, okay? So please, email me, ask a question. Let's talk about office hours for a second. As I said, we're slowly getting back to normal, but we're not quite there yet. So, we're almost slowly getting back to face-to-face. Right now, we're kind of mask to mask, and that's okay. But because of this, I'm not in my office every single day as I was in pre-COVID. So, again, email. If it becomes absolutely necessary for us to have like a one-on-one session, well, that's still possible. We'll just do it through Skype. Sorry, that was way old school. We'll do it through Zoom or WhatsApp. We'll find a way that we can do it virtually. If not, if email isn't sufficient, we'll find a way. If you really, really need to see me face to face, and we can work this out, we'll schedule a time, but you got to email me. You got to get in touch with me. You got to get in touch with me really quick so that we can work it out, so that we have a time scheduled just for you. So do that as soon as you can. Like I said, there's no such thing as a dumb question. What's dumb is waiting until it's too late. When you have the opportunity, that's what's dumb. And you didn't ask, you waited until the last possible minute, then it's too late for me to help you, okay? So please, please, make every effort to get in touch with me as quickly as you can, especially if you're having difficulties. Okay, let's talk a little bit about grading and attendance. Once again, this is an online course, so there is no physical class time that we meet, right? We're not meeting every week. I know you might have some online classes where you guys have arranged to meet together, you know, at the same time each week. That's not how this works. Here you work at your own pace. It's not like we get together, you know, and sit down and discuss life and American Idol and all the lions and the bears and the tigers and the braves, or how bourbon should be distilled, you know, properly, like only in Kentucky. But I digress. Your attendance is your participation. So every time you turn in an assignment, every time you complete a quiz, every time you participate in a discussion topic, every time you email me, you're in attendance. That's counting towards your attendance, okay? And so please, these are things that you're going to have to do. It's nearly impossible to fail one of my courses. It's nearly impossible. You can do it, but you really got to work at it. How do you fail a course that Dr. Henderson teaches? How do you fail one of my music courses? Well, here's how. Don't ever submit an assignment. Never participate in an online discussion. Never communicate with me through email or phone or office visit or whatever, or carrier pigeons, smoke signals. Don't ever do anything like that. Never tell me what's going on in your life that's preventing you from getting your assignments done. Never do that. Never ask for help in any form. Any of these things can, and if you persist, will lead to an F. So there you go. That's a lot of work. You got to work at it to fail. How do you make an A? Well, do the assignments. Yeah, quizzes, exams, and discussion topics. And get this, here's the best part. You don't have to do them 100% correctly. Let me say that again. You don't have to do the assignments or the quizzes or the exams 100% correctly. You just have to do them. Just do them. And you get the points and you make an A and everybody's happy. Okay? So, you know, I want everyone to learn about music. I want everyone to experience music in the best possible way. But music is a difficult concept. There are people who just don't get it. Well, why should those people be punished, right? I want you to experience music in the best way possible. So please, just do the work. Just try it. If you run into trouble, that's when you say, H, I don't get this. And I come to your assistance as much as I can. And if I can't help you, I will find someone who can. That's all it takes. You got an A. Let's talk a little bit about the course calendar. It has that within the syllabus. There's an assignment schedule. You can see this, and you can also see this elsewhere. But all of the assignments or sections of this course have a range of dates. There's a begin date and there's an end date. Okay, and there's usually 3 to 4 weeks for you to complete a section. Okay, 3 to 4 weeks. That's nearly a month, folks, for each of these sections. Now, obviously, we don't have 7 months, okay? So this has to sort of overlap a little bit, but still, you've got all this time to complete these sections. So as you can see here, you have a start date and a due date for each section, including the midterm and the final exams. The only exception there is the midterm and the final are only a week in length. Many students make the mistake of waiting until the last minute. They see that due date and they, oh, it's so far away. I can wait. I got plenty of time. I can wait until, oh gosh, you know, the week. Don't do that. Danger. That's you're playing with fire. Anything could happen, right? Anything could happen if you wait that long. Let's say you wait until the Saturday that the assignment's due. And guess what happens? You're going to submit that. That's your plan. You're going to submit the assignment at 11:57, which gives you a 2-minute buffer, right? A safety zone, 2 minutes, 120 seconds. Okay? That might seem like a really great plan, especially if you've been out partying, you know, you chill. Yeah, okay. Well, here's the thing. You're going to submit at 11:57 p.m. Guess what happens at 11:56? Power failure! What are you going to do? You know what you're going to do? You're going to email me on Monday. Dr. H, I couldn't submit my assignment because it had a power failure and it was... Yeah, and you know what I'm going to say? Guess what time you logged on? Okay, so please take the time. I'm giving you 3 to 4 weeks on these sections. Please take the time to do the assignments ahead of time, turn them in. Okay, that's all I ask. And if you run into trouble, shoot me an email. So yeah, don't wait until the last minute. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this composition project. I know this is probably scaring some of you to death. Well, don't let it. Don't let it. Don't, no. Not that big a deal, really and truly. You're going to be given nearly a month to complete the assignment. And it doesn't have to be a hit. But if it is, I get 10% royalties. So just let's get that on the table right now. You've all signed a waiver. I'm getting, just saying. You're going to be using the same components that you're learning about, okay, in this course to write your song. All right. It doesn't have to be gorgeous. It doesn't have to be beautiful. So please don't worry about that. You're not going to be judged on that. I mean, honestly, if like I said, if it's a hit, we're going to be making some money. But it's for you to have some type of practical application for what you're learning. Okay. So I'm going to be there to help and guide you every step of the way. So don't feel like you're just being thrown, music and you're going to have to write it yourself. I'm going to be giving you the tools. I'm going to be showing you some free online software that you can use to compose your composition if you so desire. You can also print out manuscript paper and write it out by hand the old-fashioned way like good old J.S. Bach did. If you want it, then you're going to have to scan whatever you write and submit it to me through an email attachment. But I think it's much easier and cooler if you can use some of this free software. Your composition is it's going to be very short, only 16 measures in length. Now, if you don't know what a musical measure is, here's an opportunity for you. Get online, Google that, and find out what a measure is. I think you'll be freaked out. No, I think you're going to be surprised. It's not going to be nearly as hard or daunting as you think it is. I think you're going to have a really good time. And folks, it's going to be fun. You're going to have a good time. Okay, so I think we're going to have a lot of fun together and learning about music. We're going to have some of these great discussion topics. You really, these are part of your assignments. You're going to be participating in them. I should mention here, everything is on that online text except our discussion topics and our composition project. Those you will not find in your online text. What's on e-learning is that breakdown. It shows you what everything is and when everything is due. Online text, that's a different site. E-learning, different site. So there's two sides to this. But our discussion topics are going to give you that opportunity to talk about some of the music that you listen to. Okay, so some of the stuff that you like to listen to. We're going to talk about how we can apply what we're learning in this course to the stuff that you listen to. And plus, I'm going to give you the opportunity to listen to some new stuff that you may have never listened to before and comment and talk about that. So these can be very lively discussions and you just might learn something about people. So please remember to email me if you have any questions. I look forward to meeting and working with each of you online. So have a great semester and here's to you, music peeps. So long.
I'm a sentimental sap, that's all. What's the use of trying not to fall? I have no will, you've made your kill, 'cause you took advantage of me. I'm just like an apple on a bough, and you're gonna shake me down somehow. So what's the use? You've cooked my goose, 'cause you took advantage of me. I'm so hot and bothered.